Hey, Fighters Guild. How are you guys doing today? I apologize for the delay in content, but I wanted to address why I stepped away for a moment and why I'm back now. So, 3 months ago, I started uploading videos of interviews with some of the online grinders, such as Kurt, Rich, Riley. Congrats on your top 8, Riley. And I was having a blast. But during those interviews and in the interviews after that I haven't posted, I realized that I didn't understand the game. I was still new, and although I had some success online with armories and an RTN win, I still did not understand the game. And so I wanted to pump the brakes on the content creation and just make sure that I wasn't spreading misinformation to preserve my integrity and respectability amongst people who have already proven themselves in the game. So that's why I stepped away. But I'm happy to announce that after 2 or 3 months of study, extreme study, dedication, devotion, and talking with people I consider my mentor, Rob Seigel and Kurt Toth, et cetera, everyone else, Oscar Cruz, the national champ. I've learned the game a little bit better. And I think that I kind of understand it at its core and fundamentally now, to the point where I'm comfortable enough talking about it again in a content creation sense. So I am back. I'm going to be trying to upload at least weekly videos, especially going into this ProQuest season. It's really where my focus is going to lie. I will let you guys know. I don't know if I made it clear in my other videos, but I am 100% a competitive player. I am not interested in sitting down to play meme decks for fun. Or even non-competitive formats like UPF and Commoner and stuff, which is great if you guys like that. I think it's cool. I think it's fun, but that's not how I have fun. I personally only like to strive for winning titles, winning prizes, winning the respect of my peers. The competition is what is fun for me. And I think this is a really good outlet for that competitive drive because the game is so balanced. So thank you for your patience, but I'm back and we're going to leave you guys off today with a Katsu control update for the new Briar meta post US Nationals. So I'm mostly known for my control Katsu play. And so it's also my favorite deck in my main. I consider it my main. But of course, in this game, you do have to shift up with the meta. So this is what I would play if I had to play Katsu tomorrow at a ProQuest or higher event. If I had to play Katsu. So it's the standard loadout for Katsu control mid-range. Katsu mid-range. Okay, you have the ability to pivot into an aggressive stance if you would like. I've also added the Northern Boots, Gloves, and Robe here because of the advent of the Kano winning Italian Nationals. So just want to be a little more prepared for that. Now, the main deck here is 60 cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 equipment, 60. This is how I lay out my decks on FabDB. If you are not using FabDB, this is my hub for Flesh and Blood. So every day I'm on here, I'm looking at the new decks, I'm browsing decks, I'm making decks, I'm metafying the game and trying to learn and create and craft new decks to beat the meta or find spicy technology, right? So let's get into the deck. So this is the main deck, and I use my main deck is to beat Briar or Chain. So I think those are the two most popular decks, and that's what I'm going to have my main deck built geared to beat. So it's pretty stock Katsu. We have the 3 Command and Conquers, 3 Enlightened Strikes, our Flick Flack package. We have 18 blues, right? Fine Center, Lord of Wind, Whelming Gust Wave, Blue Flick Flack, Fluster Fist, and Crane Dance. We have opted out of the leg tap Rising Knee Thrust combo line in this deck in favor of the Crane Dance and Soul Bead Strike combo line against Briar and Chain, because essentially how you beat Briar is you have to attack her on the axes that she is favored in. So I'll get into that in another video, but you want to make her cards not hit the break points, right? So 4 is a break point, 7 is a break point because cards block for 3. I can get into break points later, but Crane Dance into Fine Center combo line, it essentially removes Briar's breakpoint. So that's where you want to be. And then other than that, and I just noticed it is possible that you might want to switch in the unmovables against Briar, other than the Sigil of Solace, simply to block out the Plunder Run turns, because we are going to be fatiguing here a little bit. You can try and tempo them out, but essentially it's going to be defense reacting them out. But it depends. It depends. You might want to hedge against like Channel Mount Heroic Briar and stuff. So you could either switch out the sigils for the unmovables if you think that they're going to be trying to play a setup game against you. If you think they're going to be playing a tempo game, you want the sigils. But if you think they're going to be playing a setup game, you want the unmovables. So just something to take note of. It's kind of a player read. But me, I'm a big fan of Sigil. I think it's one of the best cards in the game. So we'll go with that. Now, as far as what equipment I would wear into the matchup, I think I would rock the Mask of Momentum, the $5 Spring Tunic, the Breeze Rider boots, and the Null Rune gloves. And I choose to use the gloves over the Breaking Scales compared to the boots over the Breeze Rider boots, the Null Rune boots over the Breeze Rider boots, because Briar doesn't block. So these boots become insane, and the Breaking Scales kind of lose their value. So yeah. It is totally, by the way, I should mention, it is totally possible to tempo Briar out of the game. That's why we have cards like Torrent of Tempo in here, and Lightning Strike, Fluster Fist. Your average turn looking like blocking with the red Flick Flack, blocking with the blue Whelming Gust Wave. That's 9. And then coming in, you hold like a Fine Center with a Fluster Fist or an E-Strike or something. You're essentially gaining 2 cards. And I've gone over this in an article I wrote, but if your Flick Flag blocks for 4 and your combo card blocks for 5, that's 9. That's 3 cards of value off of 2 cards. So you've gained 1 card. And then if you come in with a Kadachi for 1, a Kadachi for 1 again, that's 2, plus an attack for 5, 6, 7, something like that with an E-Strike, or the Surging Strike line is, I think, 16 damage. But anyways, you're gaining card advantage on the defense and on the attack. So if you can deal more than 7 damage. So that's how you can gain a card on the attack edge. But I want to keep this short and sweet. Again, this isn't reinventing the wheel or anything like that. You're simply kind of letting the leg tap line go for the Crane Dance line. And I think that's good enough to beat Briar and Chain right now. We'll see. I haven't actually tested this, but this is what I would run if I had to run Katsu. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, I love to talk Ninja Shop in the comments or on Discord. So I will have the link here, but yeah, let me know what you guys think. And I'm glad to be back. And I am going to actually make another video right after this discussing kind of the current state of the meta. So stay tuned, and thank you guys for your patience.